All right. The beautiful, famous Santa Monica on my Aprilia Xtrenta. Every shift is just like pop, pop. This bike feels so amazing. I can't believe it.
You want to shut it off real quick?
Yeah, for sure. We have the Plaid in LA, so you know what that means. We are here at Moto Club, Los Angeles. Today's the day that the Aprilia should be ready. After you?
Thank you.
Of course. Here we are again. And there she is. We already checked it out. So, you know, this is not the first time seeing it. That's why Mr. MV just spawned right here.
What's up, guys?
How are you doing, Victor, for the second time? Again.
Very well. How are you?
Awesome, thank you. Very excited that this thing is finally ready and she's good to go.
I'm very happy with it.
I know, I'm super excited. I think we got pretty much everything sorted out. So backtrack from the last video when, you know, the shifter snapped. Again, I feel like a lot of people were giving it a lot of heat for no reason. It's not an Aprilia thing. I mean, yeah, Aprilia could have put a better brand on it, you know, especially on their flagship motorcycle. They definitely could have done something better than the Spider, but again, that's not Aprilia, you know what I mean? Like, it's not an Aprilia part that broke, so relax, everyone. Everyone was loving it in the first couple of videos, and then as soon as something went wrong, you guys were like, that's what you get for getting into town bag. I'm like, relax, it's still a sick bike, give it some time, man. Look at her, come on, how can you hate on this?
Yeah, wait, hold on. What's wrong with Spider, by the way?
Bro, you didn't know what happened?
Spider, though. Solid.
No, it's not solid, it's the opposite of solid, bro. 6 miles in, and the shifter just snapped clean. Yeah, no, that's not good at all.
I'm a fan of Spider. Yeah.
I mean, they look sick, and I've never tried it, but my first experience with it was horrible. You know what I mean? So I'm telling the truth. Yeah. So don't get me wrong, they look amazing. Look at like the engine covers and all that. Everything is nicely machined and they look premium, but you can't tell me after 6 miles of riding, you know something. Anyways, it's fixed. So we put the exact same. He said it's dropped in the crate. He's just trying to rage bait me at this point. This fool. Anyways, this is another Spider part, correct? So it replaced it pretty much the same thing.
All we replaced, and for the record, I love Spider. I love Spider racing. But I question this one single little stud, this part that threads into this link and the quick shifter. That's what broke clean, so we replaced it.
Okay.
That's really it. This is, you know, still the same part. This is still the same part.
Yeah. I guess maybe I'm being a little extra frustrated because obviously it's it's my new expensive bike, and this is, I feel like, a stupid mistake because I've put tens of thousands of miles on all of my bikes. I've had it back out. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't Loctite, and over time you're supposed to like make sure your shifters don't back out. So I've had these back out on a couple bikes, which is, I guess, more of a common thing if you don't check them. But I've never had it
to break.
Exactly. That's why I'm a little extra frustrated. At the end of the day, it's good that it's not like actually a big problem. Right. It's an easy fix, got it sorted out. And in the meantime, we had to wait for extra parts. If you guys see, I added, what do you think? This is a pound maybe?
Maybe a pound.
A pound or two. So we added slight little bit of weight, but this right here is gonna make me ride this bike so much more than my HP4 race. I love the HP4 race, and I'm assuming I'm gonna love this bike as much, if not even more, because of the way it's gonna sound. So I definitely want to ride it more frequently, and having a kickstand is essential. So,
And we did not have to modify the belly pan.
yeah, I noticed that. Last time we were supposed to cut it, and I was like, whatever, cut it. But I definitely like that you guys pulled it off without even cutting the belly pan.
Yeah.
Mikey did his magic, I guess, right?
Well, it fit just perfectly. On the 210X, we had to trim it. We did the same thing on a 210X, but the belly pan's a little different. So that was good news, but we had to flip this arm. This arm was originally in the down position for GP shift. We had to move it up.
Okay.
And then make it GP shift on the rear set as
wood
opposed
craft.
to directly into the engine.
Because I put this on my, I put this also on my 1100, my old one. So I'm very familiar with this. So
Right. So that moves the
what you
length
guys-
from down here to up here, and that keeps your GP shift
perfect.
and allows for that kickstand to have that clearance. So,
Perfect.
You can get a quick ref on this one.
I love it.
It's so set
Yeah,
up.
so this is after all the modifications. And this is how it was stock. Yeah, nice. So I'm glad it got sorted out, you know, slight custom work, but it's doable, which I love.
Now we just hope that this little
Guy doesn't snap
stud
again. Yeah,
stays strong. If it doesn't, I'm just gonna insist, let's put a different rear set on there, but we'll see.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. So yeah, that's why I'm here to actually ride this. This is not going to be just walking around. We're actually going to take this thing out, test it out, because there's another part very essential for, this is my first track bike where we actually have fans on. So I don't know, I don't know how we can show it actually. I don't think you can see it through the fairing.
You can
Oh,
almost see it.
it's right here.
Yeah, you can see it.
It is right here. This is the fan right there.
Yep.
So
That black thing attached
yeah,
to the
fan is right here. The nice thing about this fan is that, again, shout out to you guys for finding such cool product, is that it has a thermostat in it. So it'll automatically turn on when the bike is at 190 degrees. Yeah, we said that we might in the future see if we can turn it on earlier if it's not too complicated, but 190 is kind of what is standard on most bikes. The only slight downside is that it's one singular fan instead of two. So obviously we're still gonna try to keep the bike moving a little bit, but it's a million times better than having no fans at all. And you know, Italian bikes run hot, so this is definitely gonna give me a lot of peace of mind. Worst case, you know, if it gets too hot, if it's on a very hot day and we're sitting at lights for too long, then could also like turn off the bikes, or potentially maybe add another fan, maybe, possibly.
Yeah, I'll find out. If
Yeah.
it's possible, I would recommend it.
Because I know from the Kawasaki's have a nice thing when they hit 240, they kind of start freaking out on you, and I think that automatically like shut down, because I heard that 250 plus, that's when you start actually damaging the
Yeah,
engine.
I think this might do the same thing if it's like the street version. At like 239, 240, it'll turn itself off.
Okay, so perfect. I love that bikes add that feature, just, you know, in case you're not paying attention or something like that. I love that this will most likely have that feature as well, because we obviously don't want to damage this thing. The good news is, worst case, it's still technically an RSV4 engine, correct? Just with a tune. So, you know, luckily it's not as crazy as like the HP4 and the H2R, which, you know, the parts on those would be insanely expensive because it's unique just for that. So I love that. I'm gonna throw on my helmet. I grabbed my helmet right here, and then after that we're gonna take this for a little ride. I don't really know the area, and this time I'm riding by myself, so I'll figure something out. I'll do a little ride, just test her out. Yeah, see how she rides. We did find out that there is a break-in mile. I read the service manual. Actually, I want to ask Mikey about, I took 180, 300 kilometers, I believe. Yeah, so it's a very interesting number, but 180 miles, they just said to keep it under 11,000 RPM. Luckily, when I rode it the first time, I kept it under 11,000 RPM. So, you know, so far we're all good. And I wanted to ask Mikey too, because I got the service manual thing for it, but it's in Italian. So I took a picture of it, or a screenshot, and I want to ask Mikey about it, because I don't understand Italian, or I can't read it, but a lot of parts were in red and says it needs to be replaced. And I think one of them said pistons at like 1,500 miles. So I definitely want to ask Mikey to have him translate some of that stuff, just to see what the service is supposed to be on this. Because I know like the HP4 race needs a whole new engine replacement at 3,000 miles. The H2R has like, I think 15 hours of operating past 10,000 RPM, and then it needs an engine rebuild. So all these crazy track bikes usually require something crazy. Yeah. The good news, like I said, this is technically a tuned RSV4 engine. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it doesn't require anything as crazy. But I don't know, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I think it does, but Mikey will confirm.
Yeah, we'll ask Mikey, since he's Italian, he can understand that stuff. So yeah, pretty much fans are on. We'll test them out. The shifter is fixed. Kickstand, I'm so glad the kickstand is on. That is just a whew, so much less stress. Like yesterday, or a couple days ago, I rode the HP4 race, and that was definitely very stressful, just leaving the bike on my little dirt bike stand that you put right here. So not a fan of those, especially on these expensive bikes. So very happy with, and obviously this is mounted completely to the frame and everything. So this is 100% like solid, correct? It's like OEM pretty much, the kickstand.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Was it drill shifter, or do you have to it's all
It's bolted right.
bolted right?
Yeah.
Sick. Because maybe they put the lug there without the drilling. That's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Standard.
perfect. I think the only main thing that we're missing now is the exhaust. Any info about that? ETA maybe, something like
no
that?
ETA yet, but sooner than later. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not going to be like weeks.
Okay, so it's gonna be less.
Yeah, maybe a couple weeks.
Okay, a couple of weeks. That's good. Hopefully by then I'll be done with the braking miles on it, so we can properly, you know, rev it and send it with the new exhaust. So that's perfect. All right, without further ado, let me ride this thing. It's gonna be LA traffic, so it's gonna be a little hectic, but I'm not gonna do anything crazy, kind of just like last time, maybe like about 10 miles or so. Look at her on a side stand.
Just so we don't risk scratching it.
Sounds good. Look at that thing roll. All right, and now we'll switch to the helmet cam. I did a couple cycles with the camera just to make sure the audio is good and connected, because last time I did it, everyone was talking about the mic and the mic was just completely disconnected. Bro, she looks so sick on the street. I remember about the little swing arm scoop to not mess that up on any big bumps or something like that. It is LA, the streets are crazy. Look, I feel like this thing is gonna get destroyed, so maybe eventually I'll take it off and then we'll throw it back on. Nah, I'll just keep it on. It should survive, hopefully, fingers crossed. What's up, Mr. MV? You got slight refreshments?
Yeah. You got the,
Yeah, I'm dying. After this ride, we'll go get something. Nah, it's okay. I'll survive. I just want to ride this thing.
Meal of Champions right here.
Yeah, that's breakfast. I'm still waiting on breakfast. What do you think? How does she look?
That's super sexy.
Out in the wild.
Is this the first Xtrenta with a kickstand? Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe it's the first Xtrenta with a kickstand. Who knows? As far as I know, it's definitely going to be the first one with GP22 exhaust, which is the highlight. So I'm excited for that. And we already ordered a bunch of carbon for it, believe it or not. So we already got the entire swing arm cover, the frame cover, the swing arm cover, and we got like I think a carbon fiber windscreen that's half carbon, half all that, like I've done on all my bikes. Just adding even more carbon onto it. And we're doing that in glossy carbon to kind of break the contrast of the flat colors, especially since these are already glossy. We're sticking with that same weave and everything. All right.
From the cloud?
Yeah, from the cloud. And the purple, I love that color. I'll be back soon. Whoa, this thing is really tall. You guys mentioned it. She's already kind of warmed up. It's at 126. Usually I don't like to touch the throttle until 130, to be honest, but that'll be good enough. Suspension is so stiff, but holy, that quick shifter is so butter smooth. Let's go, baby. I also love the fact that I have a kickstand. I can just stop wherever I want. It's so much less stressful. It's kind of crazy to say, but if you get a bike with no kickstand, you'll understand. We still got to keep it under 11,000 RPM, but also I'm keeping an eye on the temp and all that. We want to make sure this fan actually works good, and of course the shifter not snapping, hopefully, again, before I take this to meets and stuff like that. And we might potentially leave this thing here. It is my only 1100cc engine right now, actually. The pops from the shift are so crisp. I don't have any other 1100cc engines. All of mine, even the V4R, is actually a 99. It's 1,000 pretty much. It's not the 1100 like the V4S. It has the race engine. This is my only 1100, which are a lot more torquey, by the way, in case you guys did not know. The brakes feel phenomenal. The master cylinder feels phenomenal. It's the same one I have on my M1000 that I added onto my M1000, and I absolutely love this master. So yeah, this bike comes stacked with a lot of nice pieces on a nice hot day. Let's see how she runs. I mean, so far so far so good, you know what I mean? The bike is running good. Temperature is decent. It's nothing crazy. She's in the regular kind of like more street mode. She's not in the track mode, which apparently the track mode is when it unlocks all the power, but I'm not going to change it to that until the bike is broken in, which is 180 miles. We're 15 miles in, so we're still far from that, but we barely got to ride it. I like the shifter position. It could be slightly lower, but that's all easy fixes. Okay, the fans didn't even come on. We didn't even get hot enough. Man, the slicks feel so good because it's a hot day, so the asphalt is hot. It feels so much better than last time. But still, you know, it's a new bike, gotta take it easy. Ooh, I was looking at the RPM only to make sure that we are not passing 11,000 RPM. You know, just a gradual, smooth pull, nothing crazy. That suspension is so stiff. Hitting these like rough bumps is actually brutal, which is a big part. I'm concerned about my little carbon piece on speed. Actually, I was mainly concerned about it if we go over kind of like bumps and stuff like that on regular roads, but now I'm concerned about dips like that. When there's like hard dips, I wonder with the change of suspension if that carbon piece might get messed up. Man, I just want to ride this thing home now. Okay, now cruising in 6th gear, everything is good. The temperature is dropping to under 170, which is absolutely amazing. Also, we went through it slightly, but yeah, that maintenance thing, this thing is going to be very expensive to maintain. Pretty much the entire top part of the engine needs a whole refresh every 1,500 miles. So yeah, this is definitely, I was hoping because it's the RZ4 engine, it would be less maintenance. But you know, it's still pushing 230 horsepower, so she still needs a lot of maintenance apparently. Just a little test in 6th gear. I just want to ride this thing, I'm not gonna lie, it's so exciting. You know what, actually I know this exit. This is where Aprilia Los Angeles is. Screw it. Like I said, I just want to ride it more, so we'll go straight into traffic and see how she does in heat. You know, I'm getting a little, I come to Aprilia Los Angeles and now Moto Club so often that, you know, I'm getting a little more familiar with the roads around here. So we're gonna take her down to pretty much Santa Monica Beach. I think that would be fun for the video, for those that miss the videos when I take her to, or some of my bikes to Santa Monica. This thing looks so sick. Every time I look down, I'm like, hell yeah. I definitely need the tank protector ASAP. Satin paint gets scratched so easily. I really hope the sound of the shifts are coming out nice. They're so crisp. I can't imagine with a full exhaust on this thing. Well, it does have a full exhaust, but a louder muffler. Officially 20 miles on the bike. I had to. These pops, the beautiful, famous Santa Monica on my Aprilia Xtrenta. Let's go. What a beautiful day. What a time to be alive. Huge shout out to Moto Club again. I'm gonna keep shouting them out because I'm very happy that they were able to not only install the kickstand without cutting the entire race belly, but also the fact that they installed fans on it, and you know, they fixed the shifter, all that within, you know, a couple weeks. So huge shout out to them. Super happy to have this right now. I want to stay with the bike. I want to just ride it home. But so tomorrow there's going to be a big bike meet that is happening in LA, so that's mainly why I'm actually deciding most likely to not take the bike tomorrow, so I can come up to LA again, take the Xtrenta from Moto Club and go take it all the way to the meet and then ride it home from there. So I think that's the plan. I don't know how that's gonna happen because I'm gonna need a ride up here or something like that, so I guess we'll figure that out tomorrow. Or maybe I take the bike today and then ride her back up to LA. No, that's gonna be like too much, but it would be good to put on like the braking miles on it though. Every shift is just like bah, bah. Oh, beautiful, man. Okay, we're gonna go a couple lights down. I'm just having too much fun. I told them it'll be like, yeah, about 10 miles. We're already almost at 10 miles and we're, you know, we still have to ride back. It's okay, it's not every day you get to ride an Xtrenta in Los Angeles, in Santa Monica, on PCH. This bike feels so amazing. I can't believe it, man. It's so much more flickable. So insane. I low-key, like, it gives you more confidence than the HP4 race. The HP4 race is rowdy, it's a lot. You need to kind of like be comfortable with it and all that. What is that? Is that a checkpoint? What is going on here? Yeah, I didn't know there's a checkpoint here. That's crazy. They look like military people too. I passed 4.
You want to shut it off real quick?
Yeah, for sure.
You have a pass?
Pass for what? Sorry.
So if you need a pass to go through the PCH.
Okay, I'll
Just go ahead, go right lane, okay?
Okay, can I turn back around somehow?
Yeah. You can turn around right here. Yeah,
Okay.
you can turn around right here.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you. I'll just push her over, so.
That's fine.
What's the pass for, if you don't mind me asking?
You got to be a resident or construction through the palace.
I see. Okay, I'll just get off and push her around. Thank you, man.
I'm glad you walked over here. I love your fucking bike. My buddy
Thank you.
has nothing but Aprilia. He's got like 4 of them.
Hell yeah, I love it.
Is this the V4?
This is the X.
V4.
Yeah, yes, sir.
I fucking love this bike. And you got the SC too.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It's literally like 20 miles on it. I just went out to test ride it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know where I am. That's why I was like, can I just turn around right here?
So it's a shop bike right now?
No, I bought it, but yeah, I'm just doing a test ride on it. Yeah, just to make sure the bike is good and all that, and yeah, before I pick it up.
Fucking crash it. It's too pretty.
I will definitely try not to. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. You too. Okay. That was a dope interaction. These guys were so chill. Yeah, I was like, a pass, but good thing I wanted to ask them for the pass, because I was like, I wonder what it is for. I think it's because of all the fires and all that happened, so you have to be like, you know, I guess living there or something like that. I forgot what he said. You have to be a resident or a shop owner, I believe, or something like that to go through there. But that was dope. You knew it was an RSV4 at least, you know. I didn't want to be like, oh, it's an Xtrenta, because, you know, technically this is a track bike, but also at the same time, technically I'm legal too, ish. That's all I'm gonna say. Dude, I thought usually this is slammed. It's probably like free and open like this during like rush hour because of what they're doing over there. Oh man, I wanted to low-key pull over by the water right there and just take a picture because I can stop. Look at that, 22 miles. I'll try to stop, get a couple pictures of her. I'm just gonna go right here. We're gonna go off-road. Oh my god, not with slicks. Do I dare to do this with the slicks on directly on sand? Okay, we're gonna go really slow. Oh, this is sketch. Oh, not a great idea. Okay, so the fans should kick on any second now. Look, I think I hear it. I do not hear it, so it's not on yet. Or maybe it is and it's very quiet. I don't know. Anyways, let me get a couple pictures right here and then we can skedaddle out of here. Get off the bike. Oh, the fans. I hear them. It's so slippery on the sand. But come on, we have to get a picture. Oh, it tells me right here that the fan kicked on. Yeah, so this temperature is a little off from this temperature because this is reading it from the radiator, not the engine. So that's why it's like about 30 degrees off, but usually 190 is 160, which is 190 is when the normal bikes come on. So even though it says 160, technically it's coming on at 190, which is perfect. Come on, bro. Look at this. Look at this. Xtrenta on the beach. I can't believe it. This looks just so sick. I gotta just, you know, get a couple pics.